Aloha, you probably want to watch this video to figure out if you can do military service in the United States without having a green card. So on the face value, it's going to be very difficult for you to do any kind of active duty or reserve or National Guard without having a green card. But what I recommend you do is you research auxiliaries. There are a bunch of private or citizen organizations that you could join or be acquainted to build your network to figure out what is the next step, what to do, and if you really want to do military. You can get very, very close, and it will eventually help you with getting a green card if things do work out for you. So I have a short list of auxiliaries that I strongly recommend you look into if you want to figure out more about military service and if this is something you want to do. Even if you don't have a green card holder, this will be a great exercise to figure out if you really want to do this. So right off the bat, we have Civil Air Patrol. So Civil Air Patrol is the Air Force's auxiliary, where a bunch of private citizens go together and they meet. They have similar traditions, but you do not have to be a U.S. citizen to be part of the Civil Air Patrol, also known as CAP. So I recommend you, if you want to do something with Air Force, do that. There's also another one for the Marine. It's the Marine Corps Cyber Auxiliary. So if you're looking into Marine Corps with some computers, this is definitely something you should look into. Again, you do not have to be a citizen or a green card holder or anything to be part of this group. And if you're serious about military and cyber, this will be a great gateway for you to do something about it. Another one is United States Coast Guard Auxiliary. Now, you will probably know that Coast Guard is one of the most difficult branches to get into. They're very, very small and they're very, very selective. But if you're a non-US citizen, you probably speak a language, you probably are highly qualified and trained. So I recommend you also look into Coast Guard, especially if you live somewhere coastal. From what I hear, I've never been part of the Coast Guard, but I hear it's a great place to go and explore and do. There are many things you can do, especially if you're in a big city like New York or Los Angeles or San Francisco. They have a pretty big base, and if you want to volunteer and celebrate any of their events, they will definitely let you do it, whether or not you are a U.S. citizen or green card holder. You can be just a private citizen. It's all about building a network. And last but not least, if you're interested in any kind of Navy or sailing or anything like that, and again, this is kind of coastal based, so if you're landlocked, you're kind of stuck. But there is a United States Merchant Marine, which is the Navy Auxiliary. And if you can get involved with any of that, this will be a great help to figure out further resources. And they will have opportunities for you to be in a military-like endeavor. You know, they will have activities that you could do, and it might fill the void. It might scratch that itch you have for serving the military. And if you play your cards right, you could become a government contractor where once you get a secret clearance, it's going to be very, very easy for you to stay here in the United States permanently, eventually get your green card, and then you can enlist as an officer or commission as enlisted. But I think I flipped that around. Anyway, please comment below your questions. If you have some state-specific ones, I'll be happy to answer those. But in most states, they do have like a police force auxiliary, a fireman auxiliary, any other auxiliary you can think of. And sometimes they will be for officers or for different things. But be sure to look at your different state and see what they have to offer. I promise you there is some kind of a veterans group that will be doing stuff. Okay? I mean, they do have to offer funeral services for fallen soldiers. You know, when they have rifles and you know, they say their last hurrah to the died soldier. They do have to do it, and most of the time they're only going to send 2 people from their respected unit, and then everything else will be covered by the veterans. So there's a super heavy incentive for your local state, especially if you live in a big city, that there is some kind of a veterans organization that will definitely help you out with your itch you have to look into military. And if you want to hear more about my story, I hope you subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me on any of the social media. Aloha.